Bienvenue à l'ECAL. Je suis Pauline Chigax, je suis la nouvelle responsable du département cinéma, du bachelor cinéma. Et au nom du département et de l'école, je suis très heureuse de vous accueillir pour ce moment très spécial, ce soir, court et spécial, qui a pu voir le jour grâce à ce partenariat très apprécié et de longue date avec la Cinémathèque suisse. Cinémathèque suisse où nous projetterons d'ailleurs le 3 novembre, merci de réserver votre soirée, le 3 novembre, projection des films de diplôme 2021 de l'ECAL. Voilà, c'est ça, le 3 novembre à 19h à la Cinémathèque suisse au casino de Montbenon. Voilà. Donc merci à la Cinémathèque, merci aussi chaleureusement à Masume Laïji d'avoir fait le trajet jusqu'à nous, qui est la fine interprète du cinéma mondial et qui vient traduire cette conversation. And then I'm going to switch to English, because it's my way to tribute to a major figure of the contemporary cinema. Indeed, we are very, very lucky tonight to attend this intimate conversation between Mr. Giona Nazzaro, artistic director of the Locarno Festival. Thank you. And please, applause. And it's such an honor, Abel, a great filmmaker, a true artist, who showed us that faith is sexy, and that scandal is maybe the most accomplished form of integrity. Please praise the Lord, no, the King of New York, Mr. Abel Ferrara.
All right. Okay, let's start. Number one, we gotta turn these lights down. Yeah,
On peut éteindre la lumière qu'elle est très forte.
Okay, so we got people in the front row who are not students, right? That's unbelievable. Yeah, I can't do it with these big lights. Okay. All right, guys, can you guys hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you understand me? Yeah. Okay, fine. So why is everybody so far away, man? I mean, that's the row of the people who want to fail. That's the row I sat in. Okay, like I came all the way. Guys, if you're gonna be here, you gotta be quiet. Okay? Because there's like you're not students, they're students. So shut the fuck up so we can talk. Okay? Yeah, here's the deal. I came all the way from Rome. You know, we're gonna talk, but like I came all the way here and you're 100 miles away. You can translate this?
Oui, lui a fait le chemin depuis Rome et il vous trouve trop loin. Donc.
Come on, man, come down here. Let me see. All right, now you guys they got microphones that they can give to these people. Absolutely, okay?
Et Abel tient que vous soyez proche et que vous preniez le micro et que vous lui parliez.
All right, I mean... All right, thank you. Okay, good. I mean, we're going to have to forget the COVID, because this is like, I should be wearing a mask. I'm vaxxed up, but. All right, how's everybody's English here? Are we going to go through the trip?
Vous avez besoin de traduction ou tout le monde comprend, Abel, sans moi?
I mean, be honest.
Qui a
You
besoin de
understand me
traduction?
when I'm speaking? Yeah, I know you do, guys. What a dog. Here's my 4 fans in all of Europe. Show yourself. I got 4 super fans. This guy's so excited about seeing me. He's got to sit like 2 inches from my fucking dick. Okay?
Donc, à part le fan club du premier rang, il y a quand même besoin de traduction, oui.
Okay, we know. You guys are fans. I get it. Okay? Everybody else here is a student. Is that it?
Sinon,
Yeah.
c'est des études.
All right. Fine. Okay. Of what? Of what?
Qu'est-ce que vous étudiez?
What? Okay, all cinema students here. All film students? No. Who are the film students? Just raise your hand. Don't be shy. Okay. All right. Good. All right. And all right. Great. And is everybody basically from around here?
Vous êtes tous du coin?
Okay. So this is all like French, Swiss, or Swiss, the French side of Swiss, the western, southwestern part of Switzerland. That's, yes?
Yeah.
Oui.
Okay, we agree on that? Okay, all right, okay, so you guys, I'm from New York, but I'm living in, I was born in the Bronx, very Italian family. I moved, you know, when I grew up, it was like a very, like 100% Italian situation. You know, like I didn't know any people who weren't Italian. Catholic school, but when I was only 7 or 8 years old, my father moved us to like an American suburb, you know, outside of New York. So I grew up in like kind of a country, suburb, but country place. That was a big shock to me because I was coming from a Catholic school, all Italians, and then I'm like the only Italian. You know what I mean? With a bunch of white, you know, Americans. So it was like kind of a culture shock. But anyway, so my education was a kind of normal education during the 60s. As I got to be a teenager, I started making films when I was 16. Is everybody getting this?
Vous voulez que je traduise?
You guys getting it?
Pas de traduction?
You want to stop and have her speak, say it in French.
Traduction ou pas traduction?
Non,
Dites-le vite.
You need the translation.
Non, mais non, ça va, mais
I mean,
je demande
somebody
aux personnes
does
qui
get
vont
it. She's here.
Oui ou non? Dites-moi
Paying her,
vite.
we'll use
Oui. Bon, je fais un verset. Very quickly.
All right, do
Donc,
it
je
as
suis
action.
né.
Do it as I'm speaking, my please. I'm sorry.
D'accord, ok. Donc je suis née dans le Bronx, dans une famille archi-italienne, à tel point que je ne voyais que des Italiens. Et c'était vraiment mon environnement. J'allais à l'école catholique italienne et je voyais que des Italiens. Et quand j'avais 7 ou 8 ans, mon père nous a fait déménager dans une banlieue qui était plus à la campagne. Donc là, ça a été un vrai choc culturel pour moi, de me retrouver tout d'un coup de l'école catho avec les Italiens, avec cet environnement purement blanc, américain, à la campagne. Mais voilà comment j'ai grandi jusque dans les années 60 et j'ai fait mon premier film à 16 ans.
All right, so, you know, the 60s in the United States, this was like pre-Vietnam, okay, post-Kennedy's assassination,
Avant le Vietnam,
but
après l'assassinat de Kennedy.
it was a very creative and very open, you know, 60s were cool, man.
Les années 60, c'était chouette. C'était
You know, I was a
très
teenager,
ouvert
okay?
à la création.
So the idea of actually making movies or being creative in high school
Ou de faire un métier
Okay.
artistique au lycée,
was, you know, was a given.
ça allait de
Okay.
soi.
You know, we were all, you know, I played music, we all were rock and roll
Avec la
bands
musique, avec des groupes
Okay.
de rock,
at, you know, at 14, 15, 16.
à 14, 15, 16 ans.
You know, I don't play well, so I'm lucky I could make movies.
Comme je n'étais pas bon musicien, j'ai eu la chance de pouvoir faire des films.
You know, because you know, even at 15, 16 years old, I knew, you know, I just knew I didn't have that. I mean, I play and I've always played and it's a big deal for me, but
J'ai toujours fait de la musique, c'était important pour moi, mais j'étais déjà conscient à 15 ans que j'étais pas vraiment doué pour ça.
you know, I was going to make a living in music, although the fact that I do play is a big, big advantage to me as a director
En tant que réalisateur, ça me sert beaucoup de faire de la musique.
in terms of my relationship with music and my ability to
Dans mon lien
score our
à la
movies.
musique et dans ma capacité de comprendre une partition.
Because with our movies, we always use original music. We put our music. I mean, we're not the kind of guys that buy songs.
J'utilise toujours, je crée toujours ma propre musique pour chaque film. Il faut ça soit une musique créée, ça ne peut pas être de la musique préexistante.
Okay, so at 16, I started making my first movie.
À 16 ans,
Okay.
je fais mon premier film.
All right, they had Super 8 cameras at the time. You would shoot it, you'd send it to the pharmacy,
À
they'd
l'époque,
send it away, you would get
il
it
fallait
back.
qu'on tourne en film, qu'on envoie au labo, qu'on vous le renvoie.
You know, the first time I shot, I had a big vision of what I wanted to
La
shoot.
première fois, j'avais déjà une vision très claire de ce que je voulais tourner.
And when I got the footage back,
Et quand
I was like in tears, really.
les images sont revenues, j'étais en larmes.
Because somehow I put a wall between what I wanted
Parce que j'avais
and what I saw
un mur entre ce que je voyais
and what I think I needed to do.
et ce que je pensais devoir faire.
You know, so even at 16,
Donc même à 16
you know,
ans,
I'm sitting on like a little editing thing and I'm saying, this stuff sucks. This is horrible.
petite table de montage et je me disais c'est de la merde, ça va pas.
You know? And I just like, I mean, it was heartbreaking, you know what I mean? Because I was thinking it was going to be great.
Horrible parce que j'étais persuadée que ça serait génial.
And you know, I just trashed this shit. I just threw it away, called everybody up, got them back, you know, my friends. Only I use different friends now.
Mais cette fois avec des potes différents.
And I used, and I didn't let anything get between what I wanted to do.
J'ai rien laissé s'interposer entre mon désir.
You know, with the camera. You dig? I like was not afraid. Is basically it.
C'est en fait, faut pas avoir peur. C'est de ça qu'il s'agit.
You know, I learned that lesson quick. You cannot be afraid. There's no. You fail doing what we do. They don't line you up against the wall and shoot you.
Si tu te plantes, il y a personne qui va venir te tirer dessus.
And you can't fail when you're shooting free and you're shooting with confidence.
Quand on tourne en ayant confiance en soi.
With the confidence that makes you want to shoot. Then it's all good, bro.
Qui vous permet
it's all fucking good.
Et c'est forcément bon.
And then you make movies, you know. Then you do. Okay, so what was happening? Okay, so I finished high school, right? And I'm with my little group of people making movies. Two other friends of mine. I hated school. I was horrible in school.
J'étais un cancre.
Okay, I didn't want to go to university. I didn't want to go to school anymore.
Je voulais pas aller à la fac. Je voulais pas qu'on poursuive mes études.
But it was Vietnam at the time, so it was either you go to school or you go to Vietnam.
C'était le Vietnam. Soit c'était les études, soit c'était la guerre.
I mean, it was real. I mean, you know, the kids I grew up with were getting killed. You know, it was like a real war.
Les gamins qui étaient en cours avec moi se sont fait tuer.
So I went to school. Okay.
Je suis allé faire des études.
And again, I knew though, at 18, at 16, at 17, at 18, I was going to be a filmmaker.
Je savais que je serais cinéaste.
You know what I mean? Wasn't questioning it. I wasn't doubting it. You know what I mean? I mean, you guys are here now. You're filmmakers.
Vous êtes des
cinéastes. You think what I mean? Or you guys are in the different parts of the art. You're writers, you're painters, whatever you are.
Que ce soit la littérature, la
Believe me, you're not babies no more. You're at this point in your life. You made the choice.
Vous avez fait un choix déjà.
You know, and now you got to live it.
Il faut en vivre.
So, all right, so I went to university.
Donc, je suis allé à la fac.
A really loud, horrible, like community, they call it a community college in America, which is like in New Jersey. It was like, I mean, a nightmare. You know, it was.
Un cauchemar.
It was there was two things. There was no film school there.
Il n'y avait pas d'école de cinéma que je pouvais faire.
There was like police training. They were training kids to be police officers.
Soit on vous formait pour devenir flic.
And then we were there with like hair down. You know, this is like this is like 1970. So we had like hair down here. We're war protesters.
On est contre la guerre.
Kids coming back from Vietnam, they were totally radical.
Ces gosses qui reviennent du Vietnam sont radicalisés, ils sont
and drug addicted.
Ils sont tous
you know, and you know, it began like my double life in drug addiction and alcohol abuse and filmmaking.
Donc voilà, c'est là qu'a commencé ma double vie entre la drogue, l'alcool d'un côté et le cinéma de l'autre.
You know, this triumvirate, this holy trinity, you know.
Voilà. La Sainte Trinité pour moi c'était ça.
Okay, because all of my heroes were drug addicts.
Puisque tous mes héros étaient des drogués.
Billie Holiday, William Burroughs, you know, Keith Richards, these were my gods. They were my gods. They were artists, and to be an artist you have to be high.
Tous mes dieux étaient
it's a big mistake.
Des artistes. Really, et pour être artiste, il faut planer.
You know, I mean, it's you know, it's a miracle I'm even alive, actually. But
ça a été une grosse erreur parce que c'est vraiment un miracle si je suis encore
the filmmakers that I fucking related to were
les cinéastes chez qui je me reconnaissais.
You know, Sam Peckinpah, anyone that had to do anything with, you know, being an alcoholic, being a radical rebel.
Avait forcément quelque chose à voir avec cette attitude de rebelle radicale et donc avec l'addiction.
You know, so you know, coming from America, now I'm seeing foreign movies, right?
Maintenant, je vois des films étrangers.
And we immediately go to Godard. We immediately go to Pasolini. We're immediately going to the movies that are just look like radical motherfuckers are making them.
Ou c'est encore des connards radicaux qui les font.
because this is our position, you know, and you know, I had a problem now because I'm like 5, 6 years into, now I'm going to better school. Now I'm going to like, because I'm making movies and now I'm showing these movies.
Et puis, comme je
and
commence à faire des films, à les montrer, je peux aller dans
they weren't
une
that
meilleure
good,
fac.
but they
Dans
were
une fac qui est pas
better than the ones
extraordinaire.
that, you know, in other words, I
Mais
was
déjà mieux
like
que
making
là où
it
j'avais
good
commencé.
enough that I was good enough filmmaker with my crew.
Mes films étaient assez bons.
You know, with enough fucking, you know, smoking, but, you know, I mean, when I talk about drugs back then, we're just smoking weed and drinking wine.
Oui, en fait,
You
quand
know.
j'étais de la drogue, à l'époque, on fumait de l'herbe et on buvait du vin.
I mean, the cocaine was later, okay?
La coke, c'est arrivé plus tard.
But still, we're all revved up, and I'm thinking I'm a great
Mais quand
filmmaker.
même,
And I get into a university, it's called Purchase. It's like, it's a real university.
là, je suis allé
Okay,
dans
with
une vraie
artistic
fac.
school. Okay. They don't let me into the film department,
Ils m'ont
film
pas
program,
pris en
but
cinéma,
I'm there, and there's equipment.
mais au moins j'y étais, j'avais du
Okay.
matos.
Back then, you couldn't shoot with your phone,
À
right?
l'époque, on faisait pas de film avec les téléphones.
Because like right now, man, we're shooting with our phone. The last couple of movies we made,
Maintenant,
we're shooting, you got the
Dernier film qu'on a
iPhone,
fait.
and you got the computer,
avec un iPhone et un ordinateur,
you got no excuses.
on n'a plus d'excuses.
Really, you got no excuses. You got the equipment.
On a assez
Okay.
de matériel pour faire un film.
Back then,
À l'époque,
we had the excuse we needed the
on
equipment.
avait cette excuse du
Because you couldn't
besoin
buy,
de
you know, you
matériel.
needed, you know, cameras
Il
and,
fallait acheter une
you know,
caméra,
Nagras and,
Nazzaro,
you know, flatbeds and, you know, you need all kinds of equipment you wouldn't buy.
toutes
You
sortes
couldn't buy.
d'équipements qu'il fallait
You know,
pouvoir
to make
acheter
and edit a
pour
movie,
trouver.
you know. All right, so I'm in school now.
Donc à la fac,
I convinced myself I'm a great filmmaker.
je me persuade moi-même que je suis un grand cinéaste
I mean, like with a real nasty attitude.
en ayant une attitude
You know,
comme
really,
ça.
at
Très-
22, I was like 22, which is
Ah,
old,
yes.
you know.
À 22 ans,
22.
c'est vieux 22.
I'm unteachable. You know what I mean? I'm unlearnable.
J'étais impossible à former.
It's a big regret for me, okay? Because I went to a film school, I went to a place where they brought a lot of great teachers to, a lot of great film people. And my attitude was, Elia Kazan came
Mais
to
mon
teach us.
attitude était.
Okay, and my attitude, Elia
Impossible,
Kazan was,
Elia
fuck
Kazan.
him, you know, he can't teach
Et
me.
moi, je disais qu'il allait se faire foutre, j'ai rien à apprendre de lui.
You know, so you know, school is a big fucking important space to be in. You know what I mean?
Donc c'est un espace extrêmement précieux, une école.
Okay, don't get hung up on questioning why I'm in
Ne
school,
vous prenez pas la tête à vous demander qu'est-ce que je fais
You
là,
why I could be somewhere else.
pour être ailleurs.
You know, oh, my mother's paying the tuition, or
Ma mère paye,
my father is paying all this money.
fait, mon père claque tout ce fric pour moi.
You know, don't get hung up on it, bro. I mean, you're at the age now where you got
Là,
to
vous êtes à un âge
access information
où il faut que vous donniez l'accès à l'information.
with a clear mind. You know
En
what I
ayant
mean?
l'esprit clair.
So if you're questioning why you're in school,
Si vous remettez en question votre présence,
you're like, you know, you're defeating the purpose. You're not giving yourself 100%
ne
of the
donnez
opportunity.
pas la possibilité d'arriver à ce que vous voulez.
You know, I mean, Polanski talks about
Polanski,
his great education was sitting in school talking to his fellow students.
dit qu'il a appris en discutant avec ses pairs, avec les autres étudiants.
That's his memory. I mean, he was telling me this not long ago.
Il
He's
me
talking
racontait
about
ça il y a pas
50,
longtemps.
60. He's as old as shit, that dude.
Il est
You know,
super vieux, ce mec.
He's talking about something that happened 60 years ago, but he
Il parle d'un
remembers,
truc qui s'est passé il y a 60 ans.
I mean, the power of
Mais il
the
se
sharing of the
souvient
knowledge
très
of
clairement
trying to
du
make a film
pouvoir
together. You know, I mean, you guys are here
de ce
together.
partage-là,
You
de
know,
faire un film ensemble.
You know, don't get hung up in, oh, I'm in fucking school, and
Donc,
school's a drag,
soyez
and
pas là à
I
vous
wanna be out
lamenter,
here, and, you know,
je
you can-
ne voudrais pas être
you
là,
know.
je voudrais être dehors.
you know, maximize the opportunity where you're going to really hone in
Faites le meilleur usage des possibilités que vous avez.
you know, you got to get your game together.
Il faut que vous trouviez votre
He did, you know.
commun.
Did you say that in French? Okay. You know that means getting your game together. You gotta. Pasolini said it takes 45 minutes.
Pasolini a dit en
He said,
45 minutes.
Pasolini, this is a great Pasolini quote. He said, it takes 45 minutes to learn everything you need to know as a director.
Pasolini a dit en 45 minutes, on peut apprendre tout ce qu'un réalisateur a besoin d'apprendre.
Okay, now he's a genius.
Enfin, lui, c'était un génie.
I'm not, and I don't know how many people here
Moi,
are.
non,
Okay,
c'est pas mon cas.
I don't think
Parmi
there's
vous,
too
je
many
sais pas.
Pasolinis here, but
Je sais pas s'il y a
you
beaucoup
get
de
what he's
gens.
talking about. There's not a big mystery to
Mais je
it.
comprends ce qu'il veut dire. Il y a, il y
Okay,
a
you
pas de
don't get hung
mystère.
up on the fucking lenses. Don't get hung up
Donc,
on
ne soyez pas
anything that's going to keep you
là à croire
between
que c'est une histoire d'objectif,
expressing your fucking vision on the world.
quelque chose qui vous empêche d'exprimer votre vision du monde.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you're
Comprenez ce
doing.
que je
You're an
veux dire.
artist. You're a
Vous êtes
filmmaker.
là, vous êtes un artiste, vous êtes un
And don't
cinéaste.
fucking be afraid to tell somebody
Donc
that.
n'ayez pas peur d'en parler.
You know what I'm saying? Don't start, what do you do? Well, I don't know. I made a movie. I didn't make it, but, I'm trying to be, just tell them I'm a filmmaker. Fuck you.
Quand on vous demande ce que vous faites, vous dites je suis cinéaste et je vous emmerde.
You know what I mean? I'm a filmmaker. I need help. I'm a filmmaker. I need money. Believe me. You were there last night at dinner. I tortured this woman the whole fucking dinner for $1 million for a movie.
Hier soir,
She
j'ai
is, Marty.
torturé une bonne femme pendant toute la soirée.
Martha's
pour
not
un
here. She's
million.
my producer. Oh, she produced my last movie.
Elle a produit mon
And she
dernier.
don't want to have anything else to do with me for the rest of her life. And now she's sitting next to me at dinner. But I'm not giving up on her,
Elle
Um,
l'a lâché comme ça.
I forget where I was now.
Do not be afraid of saying what you
Oh
are.
yeah, saying what you are and doing, and it's like, it's. I mean, Lennon, I'm not talking about John Lennon, but I'm sure John Lennon agreed it too. Film is the most important fucking medium, man.
Je suis sûre que même John
You
Lennon
know.
est d'accord que le cinéma, c'est le média le plus important qui soit.
The camera is the ultimate weapon.
La caméra, c'est l'arme ultime.
It's our only defense against these fucking fascist world-killing cocksuckers out there. You know what I mean? It's our only way. You're not going to fight them with
Notre seul moyen
another,
de combattre ces salopards de fascistes,
with an
c'est-
anti-nuclear bomb.
on va pas découvrir.
You got to, you've
moyen
got
de
to
combattre la
express.
bombe
I'm a Buddhist, all right? So the Buddhist thing is simple, man.
Moi, je suis bouddhiste et ça, c'est assez simple.
Each of us,
Chacun
Okay.
de nous,
it's like there's never been two snowflakes
il y
that
a
have been found that are the same. Never.
deux flocons de neige qui sont identiques.
That's almost unbelievable, right?
Incroyable de se dire ça.
Of all the snowflakes that have been examined,
Tous les flocons
two
de
same.
neige
No
qui
two
ont
of us
été
are the same
examinés,
on the
ils ne
planet.
sont jamais identiques. Nous, il n'y a pas
Okay.
deux personnes entre nous qui sont identiques.
Okay, so you got your individuality that is got to be expressed.
Votre individualité doit s'exprimer.
Some of us express it,
Certains de nous font ce pas-là.
It's like, from day one, like we're all sitting in a cave, right?
Dès le début,
And some guy, the fastest one of us chases the fucking deer down, and the strongest one wrestles him to the ground,
il y en a
and
un
somebody cuts him up, and
qui
and
va
somebody
chasser
cooks it, and
la
somebody
bête.
makes the fire.
L'autre lui arrache la peau, l'autre le fait cuire, l'autre fait le feu.
But at the end of the night, one person tells the story of the hunt,
Et le soir, il y en a un qui raconte, qui
Okay.
fait le récit de cette chasse.
and one person draws it on a fucking cave wall.
Et il y en a un qui va le
That's from the
dessiner
moment we're human.
sur le mur de la grotte.
Okay, and that's
C'est
our
à partir de
humanity.
là qu'on a été
That's
humain.
our,
C'est
why
la
we're
définition de
we're
notre
existing.
humanité.
And
C'est pour ça que nous existons.
and that's it's a tradition, and it's in our DNA.
C'est une
So
tradition.
if you're here
qui
and
est
you're doing it,
inscrite
then
dans
you do
notre
what I
ADN.
do. You guys are artists. You're expressing
C'est ce que
your
vous faites.
vision, your point of view
Vous
that
exprimez
is
votre
only
point de vue,
yours.
votre vision qui
You
vous
got to
est
believe in
unique.
it. You got to believe
Il
in
faut
your
y
thing,
croire.
not in an arrogant way.
Il faut croire en votre truc, ça ne veut pas dire
Or
qu'il faut
maybe
être
in an
arrogant.
arrogant way. Who gives a
Peut-être qu'il faut
shit?
être
Be
arrogant.
arrogant. You're
On
better
s'en
off being
fout.
arrogant
Soyez
than being
arrogant.
afraid.
Vaut mieux être arrogant qu'avoir peur.
You cannot be afraid of what you're born.
Vous
You know
pouvez pas
why?
avoir peur de ce avec quoi vous êtes né.
You know, I don't psychoanalyze myself. Why am I a film director? Why
Je ne
aren't
peux pas
I a
me
police, you know?
psychanalyser. Alors
I could have
pourquoi
been a
je
doctor.
suis
You know, I could have been shit. You know what I mean?
réalisateur, j'aurais pu être un médecin, oui, j'aurais pu être de la merde.
You know, I got there's one path for me.
Pour moi,
And that's
il y a
what
un
it
chemin.
is. All right, so guys, you got to communicate back. So here I am.
Maintenant, c'est à vous de causer.
Talk to me. I mean, you don't have to ask a question. Say something.
Dites ce que vous avez à dire.
Further
Posez pas
this
forcément des
conversation.
questions.
Okay,
Il faut que ce soit une
give them my.
conversation.
Ask me a question or
Yeah, I got
give me an answer. This guy's got a question.
Okay, I have, you know, Paul Calderon, one of your actors?
Yeah,
one of
sure.
my teachers in New York.
Oh, great. All right, you're an actor, right?
And you know, yeah, and a screenwriter. And
Great, great,
like,
okay.
he taught me like in 2 seconds everything. Thank you. Everything I had to learn, which was okay. You have a camera, just know where to put your eyes,
Right.
and that's it. And then
Right.
there was the rest. But I guess I'm familiar with what you said about learning about things in 45 minutes. Obviously, I didn't learn everything yet, and it's been like 20
Right,
minutes since I'm doing
right.
that.
I'm
But yeah.
still learning myself.
The-
So.
Yeah, and I just wanted to ask you something about, because if I'm thinking about Lieutenant or King of New York, how do you write a city? Like, you know, Schrader does that as well with Taxi Driver and everything.
Right.
Puts himself in a trance in order to write just the
Right,
odyssey of a city, and I'm writing myself about Lausanne,
Right.
but a bipolar guy who has an odyssey and his crisis in Lausanne,
Right.
actually. And I'm trying the best to portray it in the stage direction or the description,
Right.
or the accents or the mentality of people. But
Right.
there's something missing in order for the producers to buy it or the mood board to be efficient from the director, who I found. But
Yeah.
you need something more, and I can't put my.
What do you want to know about that? It's how to write a screenplay. We're talking about screenplay, writing scripts. Everybody's writing scripts.
Scénario. Vous écrivez tous des scénarios?
Well, you guys just shoot.
Vous vous contentez de
No,
tourner?
you're writing scripts,
Vous
right?
écrivez aussi.
Yeah, we're all writing scripts. Okay, so I'm going to do a new movie called Padre Pio. Okay,
Padre Pio.
you know who he is?
Vous connaissez?
It don't
Padre
matter.
Pio.
Okay, he's an incredible guy. Shia LaBeouf is going to play Padre Pio
C'est Shia LaBeouf qui va jouer le rôle de Padre Pio.
because he's in so much trouble. He got himself in so much trouble. He needs some kind of conversion. Okay.
Il a besoin de se convertir après tout ce qui lui arrive.
All right, so this is how I did it. Okay. First, we did a documentary on
J'ai
Padre Pio.
commencé par faire un documentaire sur Padre Pio.
Okay, we took the camera, we got off our ass in Rome, and we went to the town he was born, which is
On
in
a pris notre
Campania. It's
caméra
outside of Napoli.
et on est allé
Okay,
vers
and
là
we're
où il est
shooting.
né. Et
And
on
we're
a
talking to
tourné.
people, and we're meeting people,
On a
and
parlé
we're
aux
shooting the
gens.
bed he slept on, and
Le
we go
lit sur
fucking.
lequel il a
Okay.
dormi, on a tout
And we're
filmé.
filming. And then we go to where he had his epiphany and his
On est
stigmata,
allé là où
in
il
a
a
town
eu
called,
la révélation, ses stigmates.
San Giovanni Rotondo. Okay, this is like the wild west of Italy. Okay, Puglia.
Ouest de l'Italie.
It's like the craziest place you ever been in your life.
L'endroit le plus dingue
Okay.
qu'on
And
va aller
it
dans
all
cette-
takes place 100 years ago.
Ça
Okay?
se passe il y a 100 ans.
And at the same time, he's having his stigmata. Okay? There's a political
Là,
battle
ces
in
stigmates,
town.
et au même
For the
moment,
first
il y a
time, the
une
left
bataille politique
and the right
dans la ville,
really
entre la
lock
gauche
up.
et la droite. Ou la
Just
gauche
like
et
what
la
happened
droite
in my country, Washington, D.C. in January.
s'associent,
The left won the election, the right said, bullshit.
comme ce qui s'est passé
you know,
à Washington
fuck the
en
election.
janvier.
Okay? They
La
came.
droite s'en fout.
At the end of that afternoon, 11 people in that town, left-wing
Et
farmers,
dans cette
women,
ville,
you know,
les gens de
chicks who were
gauche,
fucking pregnant,
les
all
fermiers,
shot.
des filles,
and all shot in the
Ils ont
back to
tué
make
tout
it
le
even
monde.
sweeter.
on leur
Okay?
a
That's the reality.
tiré dans
Okay?
le dos.
That
C'est la
happened.
réalité de ce qui s'est passé
Okay?
dans
It
cette
was
ville.
2020. To me, that's the first battle of World War II.
Pour moi,
Happened in
c'est
that
ça,
town.
la première bataille qui a
Okay,
déclenché
after
la
that,
Deuxième Guerre mondiale.
They called themselves fascists instead of not being fascists, and they took over the whole country. And
C'est là que le
And
fascisme a
in
commencé à
course, in the next
s'étendre.
25 years, 100 million people got killed.
Et un-
Okay, but it started there.
100
That's what my
millions
movie's
de
about.
personnes ont été tuées
Okay.
dans les 20 ans qui ont suivi.
At the moment of that murder, Padre Pio had the blood coming out of his
De
hands.
cette bataille, le
Okay.
sang sort des mains de Padre Pio.
Whether it actually happened, whether he imagined it happened,
Est-ce
whether he
que
took
c'est
fucking
vraiment
donkey blood
arrivé?
and stuck it in his hand,
Est-ce
I
que
don't give a
c'était-
fuck.
il
You know, I don't
l'imaginait? Est-ce que
care.
c'est du sang d'âne qui s'est mis sur la main? Je m'en fiche.
You know, because the passion of that act.
C'est la
Okay?
passion de son acte qui m'importe.
So, back to the process. We shoot a documentary
Comment
and
on
we make
travaille?
the documentary.
On fait un documentaire sur cette
Okay, the
histoire.
documentary is from when
On
Padre
le
Pio was a boy until when Padre
de
Pio
son
dies.
enfance jusqu'à sa mort.
It's a cool film. We shot on a
C'est
phone.
un chouette film.
Okay, it showed once on TV and no one's ever fucking seen it. Who
C'est
cares?
passé une fois à la télé, personne l'a vu,
It
on
might
s'en
be
fout.
on YouTube somewhere, or I'll send you guys a link, but whatever. Now we write a script. I write with a guy named Maurizio Broci.
Donc, à
Ok.
ce moment-là, avec Maurizio Bruch, on a écrit le scénario.
Brochi's he's a poet. He
C'est un poète.
goes to prisons and puts on
Il
plays.
va dans les prisons pour
You
monter
know,
des pièces de
He's
théâtre.
a Neapolitan maniac. Okay, he's a cool dude.
C'est un
Okay, he's the
dingue,
opposite of me. He never gets angry. I love.
un
I'm like,
c'est le
you know-
contraire de moi, il se fâche jamais.
you know, when I work with people who have what I want. You know, and what I want is this like calmness,
Il a
this
tout
coolness.
ce que
You know
j'aimerais
what I
avoir
mean?
que j'ai pas, ce
I'm
sang-froid.
screaming and
cette
fighting
envie.
with him. I'm freaking
Moi,
out,
je
and he's as
hurle,
cool as can
je
be.
m'emporte et lui il reste tout calme.
And he's just, as a writer, with the director, he's just trying to figure out what this
Lui, en tant
motherfucker
que
needs.
scénariste, et il dit
He's
qu'est-ce
not
que
gonna fight
ce-
with me, and he's not gonna
connard
scream with
de
me, and he's not gonna
réalisateur
get
veut-
into like a macho deal with me.
et il rentre pas dans
Because he's
une
smarter
guerre
than
avec
me,
moi.
and he's further along in his
Il est
Buddhist
juste-
fucking trip.
Très
Okay.
malin et il voit plus loin.
He wrote Gomorrah with Saviano. He's written novels,
Il a
okay?
écrit
He's
des
not
romans
a
avec
day-by-day
ses-
screenwriter, but he won the Best Writing Award. He won the thing in Berlin.
toujours des
What is it,
scénarios,
the
mais il
fucking
a gagné
Yeah, and what did he give it? What did he give you?
ce prix à Berlin.
The Bear. He
il a
won the
gagné.
Golden Bear. You know what I mean? So he's the
Un
cat.
ours.
Okay. We started writing
On a
4 years.
commencé à écrire
Okay.
au bout de 4
4
ans.
years, we put together all the scenes we're thinking we could do.
On
Oh,
a
first we
rassemblé
did,
toutes les scènes.
we locked in, not Padre Pio's life from beginning to end, but that moment.
D'abord, on n'a pas
in San Giovanni
commencé à
Rotondo.
parcourir toute la vie
Okay.
de Padre Pio, mais ce
So
moment
we're just going to do it over
moment
3 or
qui
4 days.
3 ou 4
He wrote Pasolini with me. We did the same
Il
thing.
a écrit
We're looking
Pasolini
at the
avec
whole
moi, et
film.
pareil.
I'm just talking about screenwriting for 5 minutes. So I'm boring you, just raise your hand. Okay?
Moi, si ça vous emmerde ce que je raconte.
We wrote the whole fucking
On a
Pasolini story. And any
toute
2
l'histoire
weeks in
de
Pasolini's life is the greatest movie you've ever seen. Any 2 weeks in picking the guy's life.
2 semaines de la
We
vie de
just
Pasolini,
took
c'est le meilleur film pour
The
moi.
final days of his life.
C'est juste les
Okay?
derniers
With
jours de sa
Padre
vie.
Pio, we're just taking this moment
Avec
of this
Padre Pio,
massacre, this
on a
political
juste pris
fucking
ce
upheaval
moment
at the time of the
de ce
cinema.
massacre.
Okay.
Cet enjeu
We
politique
sit
au
and
moment
we
où
write
il a eu
scenes.
ce-
We're not judging the fucking piece. You dig? I'm not trying to write the
Juger.
perfect movie.
le film.
Okay.
J'essaye pas d'écrire un film.
Anything
parfait.
that comes to our mind, we're
Tout ce qui nous
writing.
traverse l'esprit,
We go
on
down
le
a
couche sur
road,
le
we're
papier.
free. We're writing. I don't
On
have to
avance,
press
on
anybody.
est
I don't
prêt.
have a
On est
fucking
libre.
deadline. I don't give a shit.
J'ai pas
Okay. I'm just
d'échéance. J'en ai rien
freaking.
à foutre.
You dig? You're fucking at, you know, you're at the most creative moment in the film
Vous êtes
when
dans
you're
le moment
imagining what the
le
fuck you
plus
can do.
créatif du processus
Okay,
quand on est
so
en train
don't start
d'imaginer le
with
film.
how do I write a screenplay and where do I put cut to
Yeah,
or
no,
isn't it
where's the
structure like this or you worried about a producer? Don't worry about fucking
Et le
producer.
producteur, on s'en
Just
fout du
Get your
producteur.
ideas the way you want to let them go.
Mettez
Okay.
vos idées sur le papier comme vous voulez qu'elles sortent.
All right. Now, so now I don't always do it like this. I'm just telling you about the next film. Okay.
Faut pas-
So now we have a 90-page screenplay.
Maintenant,
okay.
on a un scénario de 80
And
pages.
all the normal people, all these producers, everybody's happy because they
Tous
just.
les gens normaux, là,
When
les
you
producteurs,
want
tout
the
ça, ils sont
screenplay,
super
yes,
contents.
we have a
Tu veux ton
screenplay.
scénario, et ben le voilà.
Okay, the film I just made with Ethan Hawke
Le
called
film
Zeros
que
and
je viens
Ones,
faire avec
which he
Ethan
showed
Hawke,
at his
Zeros and
film
Ones,
festival,
qu'il a montré
and
au
I won the
festival.
Best Director prize, which was shocking.
Et
Okay,
j'ai gagné le prix
so
du
I was
meilleur
like 3
réalisateur,
times
ce qui est
older than
incroyable.
everybody else in the festival.
Alors que j'étais 3 fois plus vieux que tout le monde dans ce festival.
The script was 18 pages.
Le scénario faisait 18 pages.
Okay, 18 pages. You dig? I had 20 scenes that I knew I was going to shoot,
Et je savais où
and I
j'allais
had the
tourner.
flow of the film.
Et j'avais
Okay, it came almost like in a dream.
courant du film.
Okay, now Padre Pio worked on for 5 years. Siberia, the film we're going to play tonight,
Padre
we
Pio,
worked
il
on
m'a
for 4
fallu
years.
5 ans. Siberia, qu'on voit ce soir, il m'a
Tommaso,
fallu
the
4
film I
ans.
made before that,
Tommaso, le
same
film que j'ai
thing.
fait juste
I just
avant,
sat the
même
fuck
chose.
down
Je me suis
and I'm
assis
just dreaming it.
et je
I ain't
rêvais.
trying to write like F. Scott Fitzgerald.
Je ne me suis pas prêt pour
Okay,
Fitzgerald dans
I'm
les
not
écrivains.
sitting there going, I'm a great screenwriter, and a producer's going to read this.
Et qu'est-ce
And
que
oh
va
my
faire le producteur
God,
et qu'est-ce que
how
je
can
vais
I
écrire?
impress everybody with my writing?
Comment
No,
est-ce que je vais
I'm
impressionner
fucking
tout le
feeling
monde?
the
Je
flow
m'en
of a
fous.
movie I want to
Je veux
see.
juste sentir le
You dig?
pouls du film que je
You
suis
know,
en
you
train
gotta
d'écrire.
lock into what the fuck you love, bro.
Il
You know what I mean? You
faut
gotta lock into what you love and
y
what
mettre et
you really
placer ce
want
que vous
to.
aimez, ce que
and-
vous voulez vraiment.
All right, so that was 18 pages. Now we have
18
yeah,
pages.
one second. So now we got Pasolini at 90 pages. Enough as a Padre Pio.
Padre Pio.
But that's not a movie for me. We need.
Mais pour moi, ça, c'est pas un film.
But now we got that,
Mais
and this
on l'a-
took 4 years to do.
on a mis 4 ans à l'avoir.
We did it once, we finished it. Come
C'est
back a
fait.
year and a half later, read it, it sucks.
On
We
revient
keep
un an
working
et demi
on it. Okay, now we
après,
got
c'est
it.
pas bon, on sort
The
du
last
travail.
2 weeks, I'm doing it right now, man. This morning I was fucking jamming
Je suis
because
en plein
we got
dedans.
all these beautiful things we have, and now
Toutes
I'm
ces belles
throwing
choses.
half of it out.
Et j'en jette la moitié à
If
la
I
poubelle.
don't fucking feel like, wow, it's out.
Tout ce que je trouve
Okay, I
pas
don't
wow, je
question
le
like,
jette.
oh well, that's a good line, and maybe if you have
Ah,
this
ça, c'est
scene
bon,
and
il
you
y a
gave
une
me,
réplique, peut-être qu'on peut
fuck,
faire
you
ci,
go to your
ça.
primal fucking artistic root. You
Il faut
dig?
revenir
And you're imagining a
à
90-minute
tes
film.
racines artistiques.
Okay, because that's
Dans un
the
film de
thing.
90 minutes.
Okay, you're students,
Ça,
so
c'est
you can make it
Ça
20
va de
minutes.
soi.
You can make it
Quand on
25,
est
you can make it
étudiant,
6
on peut
minutes.
faire 20 minutes, on peut faire 6
Okay,
minutes.
you can do it. You have
Bien
that
sûr,
freedom, I
vous pouvez le
don't.
faire. Vous
Okay, I
avez
got to
cette
live in
liberté,
90
moi je l'ai
fucking
pas.
minutes, 80
Il faut que je
minutes.
me trouve 90 minutes,
You
80.
know. Okay, so, but you got to get the flow. I'm talking writing now. Even if it's 7 minutes.
Voilà.
You got to
L'écriture, c'est
feel
ça.
that
Même
flow.
pour cette
Only
minute, il faut
you,
que
the
vous
filmmaker,
sentiez
knows
le
it.
courant du film.
You
Il n'y a
dig?
que vous,
Only
en
you
tant
know
que
it.
cinéaste, qui avez
Okay?
cette conscience.
And it could, then you got the script. Then you
Là,
got
vous
the
avez
thing where
votre
you go,
scénario.
okay? It could be 18 pages. I gave it
Ça
to
peut
Ethan.
être 18
Oh.
pages. Moi, je l'ai donné à Ethan.
He didn't
Hawke.
know what the fuck he was reading.
Il ne
But
savait pas ce qu'il lisait,
he felt the fucking desire
mais il a
of that
senti,
film. And
le
he
désir
and
de
he
ce film.
signed up. You did? Anyway.
il
All
s'est
right,
embarqué
so,
avec moi.
okay, who had somebody?
No, I was asking myself, like, isn't it easier for you now that you have a sort of status to have an idea and think, okay, I'm gonna make this and people will follow me in my project, just thanks to your, because you're known and everything, you know, to find the budget and when you have an idea, okay, you go and make the film, or is it still hard?
It's impossible. It's impossible. It's not like that at all, you know.
Ça,
It's
c'est pas
totally
du tout
not
comme
like
ça.
that.
Certainement pas.
You know, it's like, you know, we're from blue collar world, we're independent guys, we've alienated everybody, like I told you. The woman who just found $4 million for us
On fait
last
un
time,
cinéma
she ain't gonna
indépendant.
work with us no more.
La dame qui.
I mean, if you
a
come to the
claqué
screening
4 millions de
tonight,
dollars
she's
pour
my
moi, elle
best
va pas le
friend,
refaire.
and I love the chick, and I love her husband, and you finance
Je
anything.
j'adore son mari.
She ain't gonna work with me no
Mais
more.
elle ne
She
retravaillera
ain't,
plus
because
avec moi.
we drove this chick out of her fucking mind.
On l'a rendu
And I don't
dingue.
blame her. And we never work with the same producers twice.
On peut jamais travailler 2 fois avec le même producteur.
Because they want to produce until the price to pay for really cool film is blood.
Parce
got
que
it?
Quand ils apprennent que le
Okay?
prix à payer
That's
pour
the
un film
fucking
cool,
price.
c'est du
You know
sang,
what I
c'est
mean?
leur
What
sang.
you guys are
C'est
into
ça le prix.
is a death sentence. You know, my kids, I would fucking beg I have 3 daughters, man. Thank God none of them yet are in
3
the film
filles.
business.
Heureusement, il n'y en a aucune qui bosse dans le cinéma.
It's the last thing I would
C'est le
recommend to
dernier truc que
anybody.
je recommanderais à qui que ce soit.
But you know, it's an addiction. You guys got no choice.
Mais ça, c'est.
Well, you wouldn't be here
L'addiction,
listening
c'est
to
comme
me.
ça, on choisit pas.
You know, you would, you know what I mean? The die is cast, okay? You're already doing what you're doing, bro. You know what I mean? So there's no going back and there's no
Il n'y a
quitting.
pas de retour en
It's
arrière.
like the mafia, you know, you're
C'est
ready.
comme la mafia. Une fois que vous êtes dedans,
You
vous
know.
êtes dedans.
So, no, it's incredibly difficult. We're doing this movie.
Horriblement
Now,
dur.
I got a
Maintenant,
big
on
movie
fait ce
star.
film.
I
J'ai
got,
une
I'm
grosse
making a
star.
film about a fucking saint,
Je fais un film sur
okay?
un
I've been
saint.
doing this for 50 fucking years, and I'm putting up my own money.
j'y suis
And
ma
I don't like
poche.
putting up my fucking money.
Et j'aime pas y
Okay,
mettre
because I
ma
don't
poche.
have all that much money.
Parce que j'ai pas assez de
Okay?
fric pour ça.
So I'm putting up my own fucking money.
Mais
right
pourtant,
now.
je suis en train d'y mettre de ma poche.
Me and my poor German producer
Enfin, mon
who
pauvre
wants to kill me, but he's
producteur
magic.
allemand qui va
Right
me tuer.
now, yeah, we got guys who could do it. You know,
On a
you
des
build
mecs qui
up
peuvent
your
le
life,
faire.
man.
On
You know, you
construit sa
got
vie
friends,
comme
you
ça.
got things,
Vous
but you
avez
got to
des
take
amis.
what you got. The whole world is
Vous avez ce
looking
que vous avez.
for young cats, man. I mean, we went to his film
Le
festival.
monde
They had all the
cherche
winners, everybody up there. I look
des
like
jeunes
their
pour-
father. I
Tous
look
les
like
gens
their
qui ont
fucking
gagné le
grandfather.
Locarno, j'aurais pu
Okay,
être leur
they're all
grand-père.
young and they're all
C'est
chicks,
tous des
man.
jeunes, mais c'est
They're
tous
all
des
chicks.
filles. Il y a
They're
plein
all
de
young.
filles.
I mean, I'm saying to myself,
Des
I
jeunes
need a
filles.
sex change operation
Et je
in
vous
this
dis, il
day
faut
and
que-
age. You know what I mean, man?
Il faut
They're
que
all
je change
chicks.
de
They're all
sexe.
from some crazy ass fucking country.
il y a-
You know, and when you then you know, I mean, it wasn't intentional. It's just the way the flow goes, bro.
Mais c'est comme ça, c'est
So
pas
you know what I mean?
intentionnel.
You're 25. I
C'est
wish
comme
I
ça que
was
ça se
25.
passe. T'as
Okay,
25 ans,
you
moi
know,
j'aurais
nobody
voulu
wants
avoir
a
25
fat,
ans.
a fucking 70-year-old fucking man. They've seen my shit. You dig? They've already seen it. They don't
Ils
want
ont
to
déjà
fucking see
vu
it.
mon film, ils en ont
They want
marre
to
de
see
voir
what's
ce que j'ai
next.
fait.
Everybody
Ils veulent
wants to see
voir
what's
quelqu'un de
next.
nouveau.
You guys
Tout le
are in
monde
the
veut la
driver's seat,
nouveauté.
bro. Okay?
Vous aussi.
But at the same time, I'm not going to say to myself, oh my God, I'm
Mais
so
je peux pas dire, oh
old.
là là, je suis
Nobody's
trop
going to
vieux,
want, I'm a
personne
male.
veut m'en
You
faire,
know,
je suis un
I'm a
homme,
white
personne
man.
m'en veut.
Oh my God, I'll never get a job. No, fuck you. Fuck
Cherche un
everybody. You know
boulot.
what I
Mais je vous
mean? I'm
emmerde.
making my next movie.
Je fais mon
You
prochain
dig?
film.
With the same passion I did when I was 16.
Avec la
Thank
même
God,
passion
that's
que
what I
quand
got.
j'avais 16 ans.
It's never going to leave you.
C'est tout ce
You
que j'ai
know,
en moi et ça me quittera
that's the
jamais.
beauty, and it's what makes this so sacred, bro.
C'est bien pour ça que c'est sacré.
You know what I mean? When you're doing it right, and you're not doing it for money, and you're doing it
Quand
for
on
all the
le fait
right
vraiment,
reasons,
quand on
and
le
it's
fait pas pour
happening,
l'argent,
it's a
quand
life
ça se produit,
life serving, life driving. You know what I'm saying? I'm alive because of the work.
c'est
You know, I'm not alive
c'est ce qui me
because
donne
of,
l'énergie
you
vitale.
know, my
C'est pour ça que je suis vivant.
my life as a superstar Hollywood director. You know what I mean?
Je vis pas
With the
pour
chicks,
être
with the
un
cocaine, with the fucking dope, with the
réalisateur
fucking,
superstar
you know,
d'Hollywood,
ego,
avec
with
les
the
filles,
bullshit.
avec
You
la
know what I'm
coke,
saying?
avec son
Yeah,
ego.
we still make films anyway, okay? Because of the fucking, it's the group,
Bien sûr, on
the
continue de faire
sacredness
des
of the
films.
fucking act. The films are all, there's no difference in the films I make sober. I've been 9 years. Yeah, I quit, you know, I mean, I was old, bro. Don't make that fucking mistake. If you got a problem with alcohol,
Pas la connerie que j'ai
and you'll
faite.
know it, if you got a
Si
problem with
vous
drugs
avez
and
un
alcohol,
problème avec l'alcool,
and you know what
avec
I'm
la
talking
drogue,
about, the guys
et
out
vous
there,
savez
and the women out there are addicts,
de quoi
you
je
gotta fucking give it up.
parle. Il faut
Because you
mettre
got
ça
no
de
choice,
côté.
you got no,
Il n'y a aucune issue,
you got no chance.
aucune
You know what I
chance.
mean? Because a life of using was a life of destroying, you know, I'm gonna cry here, you know, destroying my children, destroying relationships.
Une vie
Yeah,
d'addiction,
you
c'est
can
une vie
still
qui
make
détruit
movies,
la
okay?
relation, qui détruit les enfants.
Because you're
On
working
peut
in a
continuer de
group,
faire des
and
films
because the nature
Parce que
of the
l'équipe-
beast is
parce
stronger
que la
than
nature
the
de
weakness
cette
of the
bête
director.
est plus forte que la
Okay?
faiblesse.
But my life changed
du réalisateur.
180 fucking degrees.
Mais ma vie a
Straight.
changé à
You dig?
180 degrés.
180 degrees when I was able
Quand
to
j'ai
put down,
pu
shit.
enfin
okay?
être sobre.
And so I could work
Arrêter
and I
cette
can be
merde.
focused and I'm
Là, je
alive.
peux travailler.
I mean, that's the
Là,
first
je peux
thing.
me
I'm fucking
concentrer
alive.
et je
That's
suis
the third.
vivant. Je suis encore vivant.
All right, so go ahead.
Okay, I have a question.
Go
So
ahead.
you're talking about getting rid of alcohol, of drugs.
Yeah,
but-
take the mic so they can
So yeah, you're talking about getting rid of drugs, alcohol, and everything, but why are you not getting rid of garbage like Polanski or Shia LaBeouf? That's my
All right,
question.
but Polanski, what do you mean Polanski?
Yeah, Polanski, Roman Polanski, director.
Well, I was just using it as an example.
Yeah, I know, but now the world, you just told
Yeah,
me,
what?
Locarno, chicks are winning, the world is moving.
Right, right, right,
And
right.
I don't know. I think you're smart. Why are you not getting rid of them?
Of who? Polanski?
Yeah,
Yeah,
or
but I don't have
Shia
any
LaBeouf.
relationship with Polanski. I'm using a story that I heard saying that when you're in school, the community, that's your university.
J'ai
is a powerful
simplement cité
situation.
un exemple.
All right?
Polanski
I'm not
avec
gonna pay- I'm
l'importance
not,
de la communauté
You know,
du
my
partage.
attitude as a guy, as a father of 3 daughters,
En tant que
a
père
guy
de
who
3
was
filles,
accused and basically admitted drugging a 13-year-old
un type
and then
qu'on
fucking the
a
shit out of her. No, I ain't going. You know what I mean?
avoir
We all
drogué une
I
fille
mean,
de 13 ans,
agreement.
évidemment que je suis d'accord
That's
avec
a
vous.
fucking,
Je ne
you
vais
know.
pas soutenir ça.
Hey, you know, I'm not going to badmouth these guys because you know I have never done that, and I wouldn't think of doing that. But
Moi, j'ai jamais fait ça.
You
je
know.
le ferai jamais.
so
Je vais pas.
let's take Polanski out of the conversation.
Il faisait
We
seulement,
all agree we're not going to talk about
il
it.
faisait
On est
seulement un
d'accord.
exemple sur la détermination qu'il faut avoir et c'est tout
But I
ça.
understand what you're
Seulement.
saying. You're talking about what?
Mais
A sexist attitude.
Yeah.
What do you really
l'attitude
get?
sexiste,
Yeah,
Yeah,
c'est ça
that,
que vous voulez
that's
pas.
it.
A sexist attitude.
L'attitude sexiste.
Yeah, well, we're trying.
Oui, oui, c'est-
You know, I mean, we're trying. The relationships between men, and, you know, between people, you know, it's heavy. You know, again, I grew up in the,
Encore une fois.
you know, in the 60s. When I was in university,
Dans les années
was the
60,
first
quand
woman's-
j'étais en fac,
you know, women's movement, which was revolutionary, okay?
mouvement
So I was
féministe qui était
living
une
with 2
révolution.
guys, and we all had our girlfriends.
Je vivais avec 2 gars, on
And
avait
we go to
tous nos
school.
copines et on allait à
And
la
believe
fac.
me, one day, these
Un
3
jour,
women
Ces 3
got
filles,
up and just split,
elles sont
okay?
levées
And
et elles ont
the movement of Betty Friedan,
Rompu
of,
avec
of that whole group in 1973 was so powerful. You know, for us, this was the first like wake-up call of like, wait, you know, this society is, you know, patriarchal society is not gonna work.
Dans une société patriarcale,
in-
qui n'allait plus
in-
pouvoir fonctionner.
in an era of freedom, of, you know, 60s,
L'époque
you
de
know,
la
sexual
liberté,
freedom, this freedom, that
la
freedom.
liberté sexuelle
But
des années 60.
This, oh man, you know, it's a tough deal. Anyway, so we had the wake-up call. Now I'm at school, and they're saying, you can't listen to Bob Dylan just like a woman.
Et
It
maintenant,
was just like a woman
on dit
is
faut pas écouter
sexist.
Just Like a Woman de Bob Dylan parce que c'est sexiste.
Well, that's where I drew the line, because I'm gonna listen to Bob Dylan. Okay,
Moi,
so
je vais
if
écouter
Bob,
Bob
I'm not
Dylan.
gonna, you know, pass the thing. Okay, but
Je vais pas me soumettre.
then all of a sudden, for a long, long time, this, you know, and again, I raised 3. I have a daughter now who's 6 years old. Okay,
J'ai une fille de
She's
6
awesome.
ans.
she hasn't realized yet that she's a woman.
Elle est
You dig?
géniale. Elle,
My
se
other
rend
2
pas
daughters
compte qu'elle
are
est une femme.
Black and the women. Okay, in the United States. Okay, so that's like strike 1, you're a woman. Strike 2. I seen it. I seen her disappointment.
Je l'ai
I
vu.
lived through it. I rail against it. And at the same time, I'm a
Cette
male,
déception,
white,
cette prise de
male,
conscience qu'on est une femme.
you know, and you're a movie director, and you're
Vous
from this
êtes
power
un-
position, and you know, I
Vous
get
êtes
it.
dans
I'm
une
the fucking
position de
enemy.
pouvoir.
I get it.
Vous êtes
Okay.
cinéaste, donc
You know.
je suis l'ennemi d'office. Je comprends bien.
You know, so I think that the whole, you know, it's a tough thing, you know, the whole Me Too movement. These are all my girlfriends. Ozzy Argento is my girlfriend.
Mouvement
Annabella
Me Too,
Stewart is
c'est
my
toutes mes
girlfriend.
copines.
Paz Vega. These are friends of ours. They're actresses in my movies.
Ce sont des actrices de
You know,
films. Ce
so
sont
when
des actrices.
it's you know, it's tough, man. Relationship, you know.
C'est dur la question de relation.
I mean, for me as a heterosexual, the relationship between men and women,
Pour moi,
I
en
mean,
tant
it's still
qu'hétéro,
on. I mean, it's still on.
la
It's,
relation
I
homme-femme,
mean,
c'est
it's
toujours
tough. You
là.
have to.
C'est important, c'est dur.
I know you have to just treat, and I'm gonna say I could do it. You just have to treat every woman. I'm talking to the guys now. Okay,
Par le mec,
you got to treat every woman as
traiter
they're your daughter.
comme votre fille.
That's a Buddhist trip because they're somebody's daughter. So you know when you want to pull your shit on them, you got to think, would you do that to your own daughter? You know, this is somebody's daughter,
Quand vous maltraitez
And
une
this,
fille,
you
c'est comme
know-
si vous maltraitiez votre fille.
and yeah, you got to man up, and it's like you got to be righteous. I mean, that's the beginning, and that's what the films are about. You got to, you know, this is what your films have got to be about.
Juste, il
You
faut
got to,
être
you know, you
correct
embrace
et
this
les
stuff. You
films
guys are
traitent de ça.
intelligent intellectuals, and you got to, you know,
Quels que soient les
and
mecs,
it starts by being righteous to the people with you. You know, because the filmmaking, it's the thing with the group, the filmmaking thing is all a group. It's a total group effort.
Le cinéma,
I
c'est une
win the
affaire
prize,
d'équipe, une
I
affaire
get the
de
best
groupe.
director. I
Quand
couldn't
je
have done
gagne
any of
un
that
prix
without,
meilleur réalisateur,
like I'm talking about the writer, without
je
my
n'aurais
cameraman,
rien
without the
fait
editors, without the
sans
without the
le
cast, without
scénariste,
the
sans le
group.
chef-op, sans le
You know,
monteur,
you're in a
sans mon
communal
équipe.
situation. I mean, unless you're some kind of
C'est un travail
garage
collectif.
Kubrick, you know, who's gonna start, I don't know, creating shit without, shooting yourself in a fucking mirror and being your own actor. I don't know.
Je sais pas quel film on peut faire tout seul, faut se tirer dessus dans
You're
le
not a
miroir.
painter and you're not a poet and
On
you're
n'est
not a
pas peintre,
novelist.
on n'est pas
You're a
poète,
filmmaker,
on n'est
you're
pas
part of a communal
romancier.
group, and you're also part of the
Si
world
on est
because you need money.
cinéaste, on travaille dans un groupe.
Okay? At the lowest end of it, you need to
Et vous
embrace,
avez toujours besoin
you know,
de
the
ce
economic
soutien
side of it.
financier. Vous êtes obligé de vous coltiner la dimension économique.
All right. Who?
There's a question over there.
Yeah, you were talking about communicating your vision
Right.
and putting it on the screen. But the thing is, like, cinema is an art you make with other people. And the thing is, how do you manage to get your vision across to people and pick the right team and have that whole discussion with them? You know, to be able to get what's in your mind and put it to be able to work with people.
The what?
Comment est-ce que vous communiquez votre vision à votre équipe, aux gens
How do
qui
you
vous
get your
entourent?
vision across and make it a scene, a moment that
I mean, that's some, you gotta ask that to the Buddha. I mean, no, I mean, the question, how do you think?
Once you have your vision, as you say, it's a communal phenomenon, so how do you communicate to the others? How do you convey it?
You talk. You open your fucking mouth and you talk. You get on your phone. You write a script. Part of this writing a script is to express to the group
Il faut
what
parler, il
you're
faut
doing.
exprimer aux autres et le scénario, ça sert aussi à
You know
ça.
what I mean? Don't worry about impressing a producer because you got to
Ne vous
impress the crew. You got to
occupez pas
impress the people who are going to make the movie.
d'impressionner un producteur,
When you're writing that
impressionnez
script,
plutôt
you-
votre équipe. Votre
You're writing that
spectateur.
script. You're talking to the actors. You're talking to guys with the
Vous écrivez un
lights. You're
scénario,
talking to
vous parlez
DP.
aux,
You know.
aux acteurs, vous parlez à l'équipe lumière, vous parlez au chef-op.
All right, we're back to screenwriting now. And I'm not a screenwriter, so it's funny I'm doing all this talking. But when you're writing that script, man, you are got to be communicating your idea. Don't worry about the poetry. Don't worry about the novel.
De la
You know, the greatest screenwriter I ever knew, Nicky
littérature.
St. John. Nicky St. John
est
said,
le plus
there's
grand
no such
scénariste
thing
que
as
j'ai
a
connu.
great script. There's only a great movie.
Un grand scénario, ça n'existe
Okay.
pas, il n'y a que des grands films.
The script is a blueprint for the house. It's not the fucking house.
Le script, c'est un plan pour
You know?
construire une maison. C'est pas la maison.
So you got to use this moment when you're one-on-one with the fucking
Donc,
computer
quand vous êtes
and
tout
you're
seul
writing,
devant
you got to
votre
be clear
ordinateur,
about
que vous
what you're seeing.
écrivez, il faut que vous soyez très clair sur ce que vous voyez.
And you got to be clear to the people who are with you.
Et il faut que vous soyez très clair
Don't
envers
think about
tous ceux
people
qui
you don't
vous
know.
entourent. Ne pensez pas aux gens que vous ne
They
connaissez
start
pas.
with just thinking about the people going to be working with you.
Pensez d'abord à vos
What
collaborateurs.
language you need to use for them
Quel
to understand what you got to
langage
say.
vous devez
You know?
utiliser pour leur communiquer à eux ce que vous avez à dire.
That was actually my question is not about producers, just the people you're going to work with, you know, the director of
Right.
photography and your actors. How do you get them to see what you're seeing, you know? Because you have to work together with those people.
Yeah, no, but they don't have to see what you're seeing because they're going to see what they're seeing.
Ils n'ont pas besoin de voir ce que vous
You know,
voyez,
the
ils vont
actor's
voir
gonna
ce que
see
eux
what
vont
he's
voir.
seeing,
Les
you
acteurs
know?
vont voir ce qu'ils voient eux.
It's like I'm not trying to force 12 people to see what I see.
Je ne veux pas torturer 12 personnes pour
You
qu'ils
know,
voient la même
I'm
chose
the
que moi.
director. I'm going to say we're going to do this.
Moi, je suis le
Okay,
réalisateur.
we're
Je
going
dis
to go
voilà
in
ce
this
qu'on va faire.
direction.
Voilà les directions dans lesquelles on va
You
aller.
know, always for me, never with the end game in sight.
Toujours pour moi, pas,
Okay.
pas en
You work with
m'embêtant.
people. You got to work
à la
with
fin.
people you can connect with
Il faut que vous travaillez avec des gens
Okay.
avec qui cette relation est
and who
évidente.
believe in you.
Et qui croient
There's
en
got to
vous.
be an agreement and a belief.
Il faut être dans
You
une
know, it's
connivence,
the
dans une croyance
essence
commune.
of the community that makes the movie.
C'est l'essence de cette communauté qui fabrique le film ensemble.
The actor, I mean, for me, you know, people ask me all the time, how did I get this performance out of him? How did I get it?
Comment
I
tu les
didn't do
fais jouer,
anything.
comment tu les diriges? Je fais
You know,
rien
I don't have to do anything
J'ai
for
rien
Willem
à
to do.
faire
Willem
pour
Dafoe
que
is going to
Willem
do
Dafoe
what
soit.
he's going to
C'est
do.
lui qui fait ce qu'il a à faire.
You know what I mean? I mean, Asia Argento is going to bring it.
C'est Asia
I'm not gonna-
Argento
Talk her through. You know, she's going to bring
qui
it.
apporte
She's going
ce
to
qu'elle
get what I'm
apporte.
saying,
Elle
and if she gets
comprend.
what I'm saying, she'll
Et
be
si elle le
there,
comprend, elle
and then
sera
she'll
là.
bring her thing.
Elle va apporter.
If she don't get
son
what I'm
truc à
saying, she
elle.
won't do
Si
it.
elle ne comprend pas, ça marchera pas.
You know, Willem has rejected as many ideas of mine as he's
Willem
done.
a rejeté autant d'idées de moi qu'il en a accepté.
It's not like I call him up and say, hey, go do, you know,
C'est
like
pas
he's some
que je
kind
lui dis,
of
allez, viens,
pet
et-
chimpanzee. You know what I mean? Your actors are going to bring their thing, and you
Et
want their
tu
thing.
vas faire ce que je vais te dire, c'est eux qui apportent leur truc.
Same thing in the editing room.
Même chose avec
You
le
know,
montage.
and then the movie has its own life
Et
that's outside of the
film
director.
vit sa propre vie.
You know what I mean?
qui est
And
en
it's
dehors de
outside of
votre
anyone. It becomes its own,
cerveau.
you know, thing. And then in the
Développe
editing
sa
room,
propre existence.
again, don't
Dans la
fool, you
salle
know,
de
it
montage,
becomes a Zen deal, man.
Ça devient une
You know,
histoire
you
zen.
shoot the footage. You go, now we talk about
Vous
editing.
tournez vos
Okay?
images. On va parler de montage.
Okay, now we jump to editing.
On est passé au
You
montage.
shoot everything. You're in that
Vous
whole
tournez
space,
tout.
bad, you're crazy, it's
Vous
everything.
êtes dans cet espace
Now you
avec
sit
toutes
there
ces
2
images.
weeks later.
2
Okay,
semaines après,
your first
vous
reaction, you
là.
want to kill yourself.
Première
Okay?
réaction, vous voulez vous
That's
tirer une balle
always
dans la
the
tête.
first reaction to everything.
Toujours la première réaction.
Okay, it just is naturally is. It's like
C'est
the
naturel.
come down, you
C'est
know.
comme ça. C'est la
like-
chute.
But then you got to look at. I'm talking about in the editing room now. In the
Je parle
editing
de la salle
room,
de
you got to
montage.
look at
Vous êtes là, vous le
what
regardez.
you really did.
Ce que vous avez vraiment fait.
Okay, this is where my Buddhist thing helps. This is
Ça,
where my meditation
C'est là
practice
où
helps.
être
This
bouddhiste
is
m'aide,
where,
ma
You know,
pratique
my
de
experience
méditation.
as an making movies. You look
Mon
at what
expérience
you did,
de metteur en
and you
scène.
really look at it.
Vous asseyez, vous regardez
you don't
vraiment
judge
ce que
it.
vous avez fait. Vous ne le
Okay?
jugez pas.
You think that editing is about being judgmental. Editing is the opposite of being
Le
judgmental.
montage, c'est
Okay.
le contraire
You start
du
saying,
jugement,
okay,
de
this is the
l'évaluation.
movie that's being made
Vous
now.
voyez, voilà le film qui est
Okay,
en train
and your
de se faire.
preconception is useless now.
Et vos idées préconçues, il faut les mettre de côté.
And now you got to use those images,
Là, vous allez prendre ce qu'il y a.
and they'll tell you where to cut.
Et c'est elles qui vous diront où couper.
Trust me, you get focused
Je vous
on that,
assure.
on the shots you did.
Vous vous concentrez sur les
The
plans que vous
fucking
avez
shot
tournés.
will tell you where to cut
Et
it.
c'est le plan qui vous dit où
That's
couper.
why I like when I'm talking about those movies today. I see these fucking Netflix movies. I
Je vois
stand in the
ces
back of an
films
airplane,
de Netflix
okay?
dans
And that
un
fucking
avion.
guy's movie belongs on an airplane. And I'm
Ces
looking
films
at
sont
8
faits pour
different
les avions.
movies.
Je regarde
Most of them
8
Hollywood
films
movies,
différents,
okay?
des
I'm
films,
standing in the back of the airplane. I can see
hollywoodiens.
everybody's
Moi,
like,
je suis à l'arrière, comme
the
ça
only
je
good
vois tous
thing
les
is,
films dans
every
l'avion.
motherfucker on nobody's reading, nobody's sleeping.
Personne ne lit, personne
Everybody's
ne dort.
addicted to the
Tout le monde
movies.
est là à regarder un film.
Okay,
en
so, you know, we're in the right business. Everybody is
Vous avez
addicted to the
choisi le
screen.
bon filon.
Okay.
Tout le monde regardera
So
sur
they're all
les écrans
watching
les
this
trucs
shit,
que vous faites.
okay?
Ils
One
regardent
worse
tous
than
leur
the other.
merde.
And I
Une
can
pire
sit
que
there
l'autre.
and I can just
Et moi,
snap my
je suis là.
fingers. I know
Et
every
je
time
peux
there's gonna
claquer
be a
des
cut.
doigts. Je
Like
sais
that cut, something's
exactement
moving. I know
quand
every cut.
chaque plan
I
va
can just say
s'arrêter.
cut, they're gonna cut.
Je peux dire
They're gonna
cut et je vois tous les films qui s'arrêtent. Tous les plans
Because
qui
this is
s'arrêtent.
Netflix, it's like
C'est Netflix.
grinded out.
Voilà,
It's
c'est-
like a
c'est-
preconceived,
Tout
prefabricated,
est formaté,
fucking suck
préfabriqué
and all
pour
suck
faire
on the
des
same
films
level.
de merde. Et
Okay.
c'est de la merde du
Because
même
they're
niveau
made for
partout.
money, they're made by people who
C'est
just
fait pour
looking
du
at this
fric.
as a fucking
Avec des gens qui voient ça que comme
product,
un
as
produit, comme un tiroir
content,
caisse,
whatever these fucking
contenu.
words are. But you
Je sais
guys
pas
are
ce que c'est que
universal.
leur mot de
You're in,
merde
you
qu'ils
know,
utilisent.
you're in Europe. You know
Vous
what
êtes
I
en
mean?
Europe.
You're
Je suis pas
expecting,
censé vous soumettre à ça.
so am
C'est
I. You know, we're expected
Moi
to
aussi.
take it to a higher level.
Il faut qu'on
And the
vise plus haut.
cut is going to be in the shot.
Et
You
vous,
watch it, and
c'est
you
votre
watch it.
plan qui vous dit
without
où il faut le
judgment.
couper. Vous le regardez sans
And
le
believe me,
juger.
I know it's easy for me to say this, and
Je
it's
sais
very
que c'est plus
difficult for me to
facile
do it.
pour moi de le dire, c'est un
And
peu
they're
plus
good
dur de le
editors,
faire.
and these cats,
Il y a
and
de
you follow
bons
it, and
montages.
then you let the film.
Et vous laissez le film,
I mean, again, this is the sacrament. This is
encore une fois,
the magic of it. It's the beauty
c'est
of it.
cette
You know,
magie,
it's
c'est
like why
cette
we do it.
dimension
because-
sacrée,
and
c'est
it'll
toute la
give you the
beauté du
energy,
geste.
you know?
C'est
It'll
ça
get
qui
you
vous
out of
procure
this
cette
depression
énergie.
saying, oh man, this stuff is
Cette
terrible.
dimension, c'est très précieuse. Il ne faut pas
All
le
right.
subir. Moi.
You got wait, you got Joan is the moderator. Yes.
I didn't
He came
moderate.
all the way from Rome to moderate this.
Non, je ne vais pas modérer grand-chose, il n'y a pas besoin. Je voulais simplement dire qu'il y a encore le temps pour poser une dernière question. Alors là, le monsieur avec la casquette.
C'est moi.
Ouais, c'est vous.
Ouais.
Last question.
Is the last one? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the last one.
Ça marche pas. Si.
Il faut juste parler
Oui.
bien dedans.
Allô. Yeah. Just I need
On va
translation.
poser la question en français et
ok.
Masson va traduire en
C'était
anglais.
pour revenir par rapport à ce que vous disiez avant sur en fait c'est un peu ce paradoxe quand on a 22, 23 ans justement, qu'on a envie de faire du cinéma, et que c'est le paradoxe entre le fait, comme vous disiez, il n'y a pas deux flocons qui sont pareils, donc on a tous notre singularité, mais c'est aussi l'âge auquel on est le plus influencé, et puis il y a plein de gens qu'on admire, d'artistes qu'on a envie de créer notre propre univers sans être influencé. Alors en fait la question c'est comment à cet âge-là, comme vous avez dit, vous n'avez pas réussi à vous libérer de l'influence des grandes rockstars qui se défonçaient, comment se libérer de l'influence aussi des artistes qu'on admire, et puis pour créer son propre truc sans inconsciemment ressembler à ce qu'on aime voir. Voilà.
You know, by letting it go, you're going to see these movies,
Faut
and
lâcher prise, faut laisser faire.
you're going to be affected by them,
Vous voyez ces
especially
films,
when you're younger, and
ils ont un impact sur vous, surtout quand vous êtes jeune.
you can't let anything paralyze you,
Mais il faut que rien ne vous paralyse.
okay? And you can't let the perfection of a master
Perfection d'un
filmmaker.
maître.
You see Kurosawa's Ran, or
Si vous regardez Ran de Kurosawa,
I'm just talking about the films that affect me.
je pense aux films qui vont
Orson
toucher,
Welles' Touch of Evil.
ou Touch of Evil
Okay.
Orson Welles.
Okay, you watch the movie and you say,
Vous
"Fuck, I
regardez ce
quit."
film, vous dites merde, je laisse tomber.
I'll tell you, I was like 22.
Moi, à 22 ans,
I was like, I thought I had just made like a really cool student film.
j'avais fait un
Okay.
super film d'étudiant.
And, I was like, I really had a very high opinion of myself.
Et j'avais une très haute idée de moi-même.
Like real, I wasn't a Buddhist then.
À
I was an
l'époque, j'étais pas
egotist.
bouddhiste.
And it was a
J'étais
competitive game
Et
where I
j'étais
knew I was the best
vraiment
filmmaker in the
dans la
school.
compétition. Donc je savais que j'étais le meilleur de l'école.
And I made everybody know it,
Et il fallait que tout le monde le sache.
okay? In a really bullying,
De façon
nasty,
extrêmement
fucked up way,
intimidante.
okay?
Avec
And then I went to New York City
Et je suis allée à New York.
did I ever tell you the story?
Je te raconte
No,
une
okay,
histoire.
so I go to New York City, I had a car, right?
Donc je vais à New York.
Then on top of it, my father bought me this beautiful car.
Mon père, en plus, m'apporte une
And I
super
had this
voiture.
incredible relationship with this. Anyway, whatever. I thought I was there. But I'm still in school, man, you know what I'm saying?
Moi, je suis encore étudiant.
And I drive to New York,
Donc je vais à
and
New
I
York
parked the
en
car.
voiture.
It was a Sunday.
Je
It was
garde
rain. It was a rainy
ma
day.
voiture un
I
dimanche
remember this
de
like it
pluie.
was yesterday. This
Je
was
me
100 years ago.
souviens comme si c'était hier alors que ça
It's
fait
like
100 ans.
1,000 years ago.
Ou 1000 ans même.
And I'm by myself.
Je suis tout
And
seul.
somebody said to me, "You got to go see a movie called Mean Streets."
Et quelqu'un me dit, tu devrais aller voir un film qui s'appelle
Okay.
Main Street.
Okay, I didn't even know who directed it. Okay, they say, "Go see this movie, Mean
Je sais pas
Streets.
qui l'a
You're
réalisé, mais
Italian.
bon, on
You'll
va
get
voir,
you'll
t'es
get it. You're
italien,
gonna like this
tu
movie."
vas le piger, ça va te plaire.
Okay, and then another friend of mine say,
Et un
"You
autre
know,
copain me dit,
you're gonna go down to New York. There's a film playing
Va à
on
New York.
57th
va
called The
sur la
Conformist."
57e, voir le conformiste.
Okay, all right, fine. So I got these
Bon,
things. I go on
d'accord.
paper. I don't know who the fuck made these movies.
Je sais pas
And-
du tout qui a fait ces films.
And my attitude is, how good can they
Et de toute
be?
façon, je dis, de toute façon, ils peuvent pas être très
And
bons.
I'm probably better anyway. And White
Moi,
Aid.
moi, je suis forcément meilleur.
I go to see Mean
Et
Streets.
je vais aller voir Main Street.
Dude, I got blown out of that theater.
J'ai été époustouflé.
Okay, I got blown out of that fucking theater. Seeing De Niro and Harvey, I didn't know who any of these
J'ai vu
people were.
De Niro,
I never
je savais
heard
pas du tout qui
who
était
Martin
cet
Scorsese
américain.
says he was. I never heard any of these
Aucune idée de
names.
qui c'était. Je
You know what I
connaissais
mean?
aucun de ces noms.
I'm just hearing this music
J'ai
and looking at these
j'entends
shots.
cette musique,
and
je
I'm
vois ces
saying,
plans,
How
et
the
je me
fuck?
dis,
How the fuck they do that?
putain,
You know.
comment ils ont fait ça?
I walk across the street.
Je traverse la rue.
I don't know if you guys ever saw The Conformist,
Je
but
sais pas si vous avez vu le conformiste.
right? Okay. I just see Mean Streets,
Je sors de Main Street.
and I'm going there. I'm saying, well, I just
Je
saw
me dis,
the fucking
bon,
greatest movie in the world.
J'ai déjà vu le meilleur film
You
du
know.
monde.
I'll sit here and just think about that movie.
Je vais aller m'asseoir là pour penser
And
au
then
film
I'm
que je viens de
seeing
voir.
Storaro and these guys
Et là, je vois
pulling off fucking shots. And we were like hot
C'est
shot
plein.
photographers, man, because we had the real look,
de
real-
ces deux mecs avec
And I'm looking
moi
at
qui
like-
pensais faire des super images.
How the fuck
Et là, je me dis, mais
are we
putain,
going to do this?
comment est-ce que nous
I mean,
on
how
pourrait
do
faire
these people
ça?
do this?
Comment ils ont fait
You know
ça?
what I mean? Where do they find these chicks?
Mais
Where
où
do these
est-ce qu'ils ont
fucking
trouvé
shots
ces
come from?
filles? Mais ces plans, ça
Where these
sort d'où?
actors are?
Et ces
Act,
acteurs,
man.
qui sait
You know, and you know, I remember driving home. It was like, yeah, how do you feel? How do you feel? You got to get over it. Too bad.
Je me
I
dis,
can't make
je
Mean Streets when I was
comprends
22.
votre question.
I probably can't
À
make it
22
now.
ans,
And
à
I
22
can't
ans, moi,
make
je
the
ne pouvais pas
conformist.
faire Mean Streets. Je
You
ne
dig
pouvais
what I
pas
mean?
faire le conformiste.
Okay? But I'm not going to let
comprenez?
it paralyze
Mais
me.
c'est pas pour ça qu'il fallait que ça me
You know, I'm
paralyse.
going to find a place that's going to give me the impetus
Il faut
to go forward with it.
que
You
je
know?
trouve le chemin pour avancer.
Okay, cut. Now it's like way later, way later. I'm at the New York Film Festival.
Beaucoup plus tard, au
Okay,
Festival de
now I'm
New York,
making movies. Now I'm like a hot shot. We're
je suis
making movies
devenu
and we're
un
fucking, you know,
réalisateur super connu.
you know, going around the
Je
world
fais plein
and
de
I'm
films,
like,
je voyage dans
you know,
le
now I'm
monde.
convinced I'm fucking great. Okay,
Donc là, je suis
still
vraiment
high as
sûr
shit.
d'être bon.
Now I'm into the cocaine. Now we're into the
Et
heroin.
puis,
Now
je
we're
suis
into
dans
the,
la
you know, now we're into, you know,
coke et dans
I don't know what
l'héroïne
our
jusqu'au
fucking
cou.
mentality was. You know what I'm saying? You know, I feel
Putain,
like what
mentalité que
Mormon
j'avais à cette
fucking
époque-là.
people, you know, with five, you know, I had a wife and I had children. No,
J'avais
I
une
had
femme.
5 wives, 5 children. I
En
don't know
fait,
what
quand
I
j'avais une
was
femme et
insane.
des enfants, j'en avais 5.
And we saw Ran.
Et là, on a
You
vu
guys ever
Ran.
see Kurosawa's movie
Vous
Ran?
avez vu les films de Kurosawa, Ran?
Ok.
Vous avez vu?
And again, I'm looking at this
De
saying,
nouveau, je
how the
regarde
fuck
ça.
do you do this?
Je me dis, mais putain, comment il
Like,
a
how do
fait
you do
ça?
this?
Comment il a fait
Okay,
ça?
how do you? There's like 1,000 people on horseback.
1000 personnes sur
You
des
know,
chevaux.
I mean, the shots, they're like one mind-blowing shot
Un
after another
plan
on
hallucinant.
an epic scale.
à
And we're
une
making
échelle.
street
Et
films,
puis,
man.
et
I
nous,
mean,
on
let's
est là
face
dans
it,
des
Bad
films dans
Lieutenant,
la
we're following one guy around a fucking town.
On
Okay,
suit un
I'm
gars
watching
dans la
1,000
ville.
motherfuckers on horses actually like
Et lui,
killing
il y a
each other,
1000
you know, and I'm
gars sur des
thinking,
chevaux en train
this
de
is the movie I
s'entretuer.
want to make.
C'est
This
ça
is
le
the
film
world
que
I want to be
j'aimerais
in.
faire.
And at the end, in New York, at the end of the film festival,
À la
it
fin
used
du
to be,
festival à New York,
there was no Q&A, there was nothing.
à l'époque,
Like
il y
a
avait
light
pas
would
de
come on.
débat, il y avait
Like,
juste la
the
lumière
guy
qui
would stand
s'allumait.
up in the audience, and
Et moi, je
I'm
me
telling
suis
you,
levée.
dude, older than I am now, Kurosawa, he stood up.
Kurosawa, qui était plus vieux que moi
I
maintenant.
mean, I'm getting
Il se
goosebumps
lève.
thinking about it now,
Rien que d'y
bro.
penser, j'en ai la chair de
Like,
poule.
this old fucking Japanese dude, you know, this guy got up,
Ce
he was like
vieux
100 years old.
japonais qui se lève.
And he didn't give no
il a 100 ans.
speech, he didn't give no
Il
waves, he
rien,
didn't give no ego.
personne.
He was like
Il a
the
pas
humblest
d'ego.
motherfucker you
L'homme
ever seen.
le
Just stood
plus
up,
humble que vous
looked
ayez
around,
jamais
and
vu.
sat down.
Et
And,
il
and,
s'assoit.
but again, it can't paralyze you.
Mais ça
You
aussi,
gotta
il faut pas que
find
ça
the
vous
energy
paralyse.
from it. You know, he's just another
Il
guy
faut
with
que
another
ça vous
vision in another
nourrisse.
world,
C'est
you
un
know.
autre type, un autre monde, une
Because
autre vision.
it's not the size of it. It's not, that film is greater, this is better. It's like,
Il n'y a pas
there's a purpose and an intent.
d'échelonnement, il y
You
a
know, the
une
intent has got to
intention.
be pure.
C'est
Yeah,
l'intention
if
qui
this
doit être
intent is
pure.
wrong, if we're talking about Roman,
Si
okay.
votre intention
If
n'est
your
pas juste,
intent,
il
your
faut la revoir.
humanity, and
Mais
then
si votre humanité,
work,
votre intention
we're
est
not
là,
competing
votre
with each
travail
other.
suivra,
you
il n'y a
know,
pas de
there's no
compétition.
competition. There's not like, that's the greatest, so you
Il y
don't
a
have
pas
to
le-
get hung up on it. You
lui,
can't
le
get
plus
paralyzed
grand.
by anything, man.
On ne
It-
peut être
you know,
paralysé
you
par
got what
rien.
you got.
Vous
You know,
avez
you
ce
got
que
the
vous
people
avez.
around you, and
Il
you
y a
got
des
your
gens
own
qui
fucking
vous
soul
sentirent,
and your own
qui vous entourent et vous avez
ability.
votre âme, votre
The
capacité.
thing is now is when you got to get your game together, because when you get out of
C'est
school,
là où
then
il
you're really
faut
fucked.
réunir vos forces.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because then, but you got to get the
À l'école,
mentality that it doesn't matter
c'est là
if you're in school, if you're out of
Où
school.
il faut
If you got a
comprendre
job,
que
you
le
don't got
problème,
a
c'est pas
job.
d'être sorti de l'école, avoir du
You
boulot
know what I
ou
mean?
pas.
I've made big movies. I made movies for $30 million.
J'ai fait des films à
I
30
make
millions de
movies for
dollars et des
$500.
films à 500 dollars.
You know what I mean? When I moved to Rome, we started,
Quand je suis
man,
arrivé à Rome,
we shot the hood, man. We shoot
faisait
documentaries,
rien.
which I would recommend to everybody.
on allait dans le
Like
métro,
doing that.
je
Anyway,
le
that's enough. I can't.
recommande à n'importe qui.
Thank you, thank you.
Alors, merci d'abord à Massoumé qui a fait un super travail et merci à vous pour vos questions, votre attention. Merci à l'ECAL et à la Cinémathèque pour avoir invité Abel Ferrara. Et je vais seulement ajouter 2 mots que je pense que c'est très important de savoir qu'il y a n'importe qu'est-ce que vous allez faire après l'école, mais la leçon d'aujourd'hui, c'est il faut de la discipline, il faut respecter ce qu'on veut faire, et il faut bosser très durement, et qu'on n'arrive jamais, et qu'on doit croire à ce qu'on fait. Et le travail, c'est la récompense de son propre travail. Et là, Abel Ferrara, c'est vraiment un témoignage vivant et palpitant d'un homme qui a fait le cinéma quand le cinéma existait encore comme industrie. Il est passé à travers le cinéma indépendant, à travers le cinéma hollywoodien. Il a recommencé, mais il a toujours suivi sa propre vocation de cinéaste. Et je pense qu'aujourd'hui, la leçon principale qu'on doit tirer de cette enthousiasmante conversation, c'est que la propre vocation, ce n'est pas un compromis. C'est le seul outil qu'on a, avec lequel on doit travailler. Et on a la chance d'être dans une institution scolaire, une école, où on peut partager sa propre vocation avec la vocation des autres et avec des profs, des gens qui connaissent le métier, qui peuvent partager leur expérience. Et je pense que Abel Ferrara, que je remercie vraiment beaucoup au nom de tous nous, a expliqué ça d'une façon vraiment émouvante. Donc, thank you Abel et merci à l'école.
Invite them to the movie tonight.
Yeah.
We're going to do that.
Let me hear this invitation.
Mike,
Translate it. Yo, translate this.
yeah, 1 second. I just want to thank very much Giona Nazzaro, the artistic director of the Locarno Film Festival. And to say a few but quite important words after what Mr. Ferrara had shared with you, and you were very lucky tonight. Thank you very much, and thank you to la Cinémathèque suisse.
Et ce soir, le 20h30, on va montrer Siberia, qui c'est un projet de chevet de Abel qu'il a suivi, il a rêvé de ce film, et c'est vraiment un film hyper important dans sa carrière. Et venez découvrir Siberia, car c'est la preuve que c'est encore possible de faire du cinéma libre, du cinéma personnel. Il faut le voir, il faut le désirer et il faut le faire.
How much you gonna pay to get it? Oh, it's free, man. Come on, no excuses. No one's seen Siberia, right?
Not yet.
Thank you, Abel.
Merci.